promote goods and services digitally through social medias and every other digital platform that goods can be promoted on. It's a person that does that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for agreeing and also stating your own point. All right, so a digital marketer, just like you guys have said, is one that does or promotes goods and services for brands, for businesses online. Now, the reason I said you guys should tell me what you think or who you think digital marketer is because sometimes or most times in certain organizations, they will want to double the work of a digital marketer to become a salesperson. The salespeople are the ones in charge of closing deals. The digital marketer is the person that brings the leads. I hope you guys understand. Digital marketers are in charge of driving brand awareness and also generate leads. While the salespeople, for organizations that have salespeople, right, are in charge of closing the deals. Adija, do you have a question? So, a digital marketer is in charge of driving brand awareness and also generating leads through digital channels, right? Both free and paid. Okay, so what is digital marketing in simple terms? Digital marketing, of course, involves targeted, measurable, and interactive marketing of products and services through any digital form, any digital channel. So we live in a digital world currently. The world is moving and revolving very fast. Things are moving very, very fast at the speed of light. If you are not careful, you might get swallowed up, and the noise is so much everywhere around the world, right? So, just like someone said, the world is going digital. That's the space right now. So most of us have already stated different reasons for joining this class, and of course, you know that the world is going digital, and because of that, you also want to move and also improve your skills to become a digital marketer, right? So digital marketing involves targeted, measurable, and interactive marketing of products and services. That's maybe too much of a definition. Simply put, digital marketing involves marketing, promotion of goods and services or products and services using digital technologies, the internet, social media, or any other digital medium, right? It can be even mobile phones, anything digital, right? Is the term that covers so many strategies that have been involved, right? From social media marketing to email marketing to search engine optimization, name them, right? Now, digital marketing, of course, is data-driven. Compared to the traditional methods of marketing, right? We use a lot of data to inform decisions in digital marketing. What are traditional methods of marketing that you know? Print, like newspapers, billboards, handbills, radio, advertisements, TV. Those are all traditional methods of marketing, right? And most of the times, these methods do not give you enough data to inform your decisions or to make you know what strategies are best working for you to be able to decide on, am I going to change this or am I going to stick with this? Let me give you an instance. If you run an ad on a radio station today, say maybe because you want to gain more traffic, you decided to run on maybe 3 radio stations. Sorry, 3 radio stations, 4 radio stations, as the case might be. And you now have calls coming in. Most of them will not tell you, oh, it was from this particular FM. Hope you're following me, right? It was from maybe Brilla FM. It was from Wazubia FM. It was from Cool FM. No. What you hear is, I heard your ad on the radio. You not start asking a potential customer, a potential client, which of the radio stations. So you see how um, uh, minimal your data is going to be to inform your decision. Now you run on 3 different radio stations, and you don't know which of the radio stations is now really need more of the leads that you're getting. What you know is that you're getting from you are getting um um you are getting calls from radio. So there's no way you're going to know which radio station is giving you better opportunities and which one you should stick with, right? Because if you know the one that's giving you better opportunities, you will know that, oh, okay, I have to stick with this particular station. They are the ones that are giving me more audience. I have to stick with this particular station. They are the ones that are giving me more leads. But because that information is very minimal due to the fact that you don't have enough data, the people who are calling are just telling you, oh, I'm calling from this radio station. You just have to deal with it that, okay, I'm getting my traffic or my leads from radio, right? But but in the digital marketing space, right, you know where everything is coming from, you know where this traffic is coming from, you know what is giving you the best engagement, what is giving you the best leads, what is driving it, and you now know where you're supposed to channel more energy to. You now know, okay, this is the kind of thing that works better. That is what I should be able to put my effort on. You know, okay, this is the kind of content that these people like, so let me do more of this, right? So that is one of the very big benefits of digital marketing, because it is driven by data and how best you can utilize it to suit your business marketing goals. I've just compared the traditional methods of marketing, right? Or traditional methods of advertising. Of course, combining the forces of both the internet and technology, right? You are able to collect data, you're able to analyze this data, and of course, you can be able to use the information that has been gotten to be able to um, inform your decision making and know what's best to actually put out when next you want to put out something, right? Now, the benefits of digital marketing. So today we'll really be focusing on the introduction. The benefits are, first of all, it helps brands, businesses to reach a wider audience and increase their visibility. Um, all right. What can you guys see? Okay, so sorry. So, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. It's visible.
Okay, so what are the benefits of digital marketing? First of all, like I said, it helps businesses to reach a wider audience and increase their visibility. I'll use another very simple instance. If you're using a radio, let me use a radio again now. If you're using a radio to run radio ads, the radio is only going to be limited to people who can actually tune into that frequency at that particular point in time when your radio ad is on. So if let's say I'm in Lagos and you want to run your ads in Port Harcourt, maybe in Port Harcourt, and you decide to use a radio station, maybe Cool FM in Port Harcourt. Of course, definitely the frequency cannot get to this point, to this place. So you'll be only limited to people within that particular locality, right? So it means if you want to target different states, it means you're going to be running your ads in different radio stations within those different states. Right? It means you're going to be running your ads in different radio stations within those different states, right? Which is not good because you're going to be spending a lot of money. To do radio ads is it's very expensive, to be honest with you. It's not a £1 something. And if you really want your radio ads to actually pull in what you want, you should be ready to spend some good amount of money on ads. They charge a certain amount for certain times, and of course, they have like when they have what they call the peak periods. So the peak periods are when they feel that people are more listening to radio more than usual, right? So those peak periods they charge you even more than when you're doing they charge you even more than when you're running on other times, right? And it is not viable. It is not okay to run those kind of ads like that. So, and first of all, you're also not going to reach a wider audience. Your audience is going to be limited, which is where we are right now. Your visibility is also going to be limited because you're now going to only be focused on people within that locality. Now, let's even leave the radio ads and all of that. Somebody who has a shop in a particular location. So maybe let's say a very, very strategic location. Of course, they are called strategic locations because probably that location has, let's say for instance, let's use the hairdresser for example, someone who has a salon, a hairdressing salon, who does hairdressing, right? Makes hairs. And this person is in a strategic location, say, I don't know, let's use Lagos, say Ojota, that is maybe a very strategic location where they have so many people from different places always passing. And then we have this other person that doesn't have a shop, a physical shop, a physical presence, but makes her clients hers and just hits her thing online. She's now more like a service-based person whom people people now have to call to come to their own location to actually make their hair, right? Who marked my screen? Who people now have to call? Somebody mark my screen. Who people now have to call to a different location to make their hair because she's not in a particular place, right? Who is going to make more customers or who is going to make more money? The one who has a shop in a particular place or the one who is online? Who will likely make more money and reach more people? Guys, let's answer, please. Let me be sure you're following.
Okay. The person online will make more because he or she will be able to reach a lot of audience more than someone at a strategic location.
All right, thank you. So it's just that simple that the person who is online will actually reach more audience than this person who is at a point. Because the person at one particular spot is going to be limited to just people within that particular vicinity, within that particular location. And sometimes most of the people in that location are not even their target market, are people who are just passing by, maybe even vehicles who are always on vehicle or just always passing that location, maybe seeing the place, but never really wanting to use their service, right? But the person who doesn't have a physical shop, first of all, is going to even make more money and is going to also have less expenses compared to someone who has a physical shop. Because the person at that strategic location has to pay rent, and of course, the rent is going to be expensive because it's a strategic location from the landlord's point of view, in a very good place. So you pay more, you spend more, you pay for rent, you pay other taxes, you pay you have to, maybe if you're not even living close to the area, you have to be paying transport and coming down to that place every day. But the person who is online can simply have a client, do good content about how the processes of how they are making their hairs and shoot it online. And so far as your work is good, you will have people reeling and making the calls in because people like something that is good. And you might even decide to start doing this on your own terms. You might even decide, okay, you have to come to my own location, or if I'm coming to your location, you have to pay extra. So you see that you're not limited and you've been able to gain more visibility, you've been able to reach more people and increase your and reach a wider audience. Now, the next thing is that it helps to convert fans to customers who can go on to become loyal customers and advocates of the business. Now, sometimes people are confused which one is fans and which ones are customers. Let me give a simple illustration again. For instance, I have certain pages online that I follow their platform. I'm not buying anything from them. I don't intend to buy anytime soon, but I just like the kind of things that they do, right? I just like, oh, maybe I love the way their page is arranged, or maybe I love the kind of contents that they put out, or maybe I just love the way they do their stuff, right? And I'm always looking out to see what they are doing. At that point, I'm a fan of that particular business, right? And maybe I also have intention to use their products or their services, but I have not finally made a decision to use it. And I'm still in between using this or not using it. And I keep seeing their content and I like it. I keep following them. I like it. I keep monitoring them. At that point, I'm a fan. I'm just a fan, just going around liking what the business does. But then it gets to a certain point that I decide that, oh, okay, I think I've seen enough. And then I want to buy something from them. Once I buy or make a purchase, I have become a customer because I have now patronized their goods or their product or their services. And then they can also use digital marketing to not just make me become a one-time customer, but also become a loyal customer. And I can even go on to become advocate of their business. Because like it or not, word of mouth marketing works faster and better than the one that you even push for yourself. Because the possibility of people who don't know you buying from you is slim than when someone whom they know can attest to using your product or your service and it worked really well, right? And most times, word of mouth marketing, you don't even spend money. You just need to have a satisfied customer. You don't even need to beg for the person to refer you. You have someone that is a satisfied customer that you satisfied them and they really enjoyed their process with you, you will go on to have word of mouth marketing on your behalf, and you will not even spend a dime. So that person will become an advocate of your business and will go on to become a loyal customer. Any of their friend that ask them, please, do you know this? Oh, now this will do one for me. And you know that so when you do something good, or when a business does something really nice, it speaks for itself. Because when other people see it and they're like, where you do this, or where did you get this? And the person will be like, oh, now this particular brand, or this particular paper, I buy them from this place. That person has gone on to become an advocate of that business. And that's what digital marketing can help most businesses do. Because it helps people go on from becoming just fans to becoming customers. And then they also become loyal customers who are going to be purchasing from that business every now and then, purchasing from time to time, right? Makes one purchase, enjoys it, makes another purchase, or uses your services the first time, likes your services, decides to take your services again because your services made sense, right? Not decide, not now. The difference between a loyal customer is not, maybe let's say you're running a service business and you go, let's, what do I use now? Most simple to right now. Okay, let's say you repair generator. Let me use that, people, for instance. And someone patronizes you for the first time and you go and repair that generator and it has fault and they call you to come and repair it again and they call you again and they call you again. That person is not a loyal customer because he's not calling you because it's a new something he wants to do or a new job he wants to give. He's calling you for a recurring job, and the possibility of them trusting you for that service next time might be slim because they'll be like, one thing when you repair, I have to call you like 3 or 4 times, right? So that's not the loyal customers we're talking about. Now, loyal customers are people who purchase something today or use your services today, like it, enjoy it, and then want more, right? And they are always coming back for more. They buy one today, tomorrow they are coming back to buy another one or buy two. And then they now go on to become advocate of your business by referring business to people who do not even know you, right? Now, the third one is that it helps brands to actually meet up their, or to, you help brands to target their advertisement to the right audience. I think I talked about this earlier on when I was giving the instances of the radio for those of us who were actually paying attention. It's the same thing that is actually here because, I mean, if you're using the digital marketing space, you know the people you want to target. You know, maybe you want to stay on your online, you know who you want to target, you know which people that you actually want to see your content. Yes, definitely. Your content will reach audiences that are maybe not really part of your audience, but it will definitely reach your target audience a little more than it's going to reach. The possibility of it reaching your target audience more is higher than the normal traditional means of marketing, right? You want to run an ad on Facebook, you know, okay, these are the people I want to target my ad to. You want to do a campaign, you know, okay, these are the people that my campaign is targeted at. You want to do whatever thing you want to do, even if you want to even to say you want to do, even if you want to use influencer marketing, you know the kind of influencer that you want to use because of your target audience that you have, right? You cannot say you want to do influencing for body build and you are going to use somebody like Sabinus that has big stomach, hair. That's you are getting it all wrong because that's not your target audience, right? So maybe you have a bodybuilding services. You want to use influencers that are into that space, into that bodybuilding, into workouts and exercises or workout and fitness. You know, could go use Sabinus, we get big belly, right? So it's just how the space is. So it helps brands to target the advertisement to the right audience. They know, oh, these are the people we want to target. Oh, these are the people that we're looking at, and this is where they are, right? It helps brands also know where their target audience are actually located. Okay, my target market are Gen Zs. Where will I likely find Gen Zs? Okay, this platform, they are demo. This platform, they are demo. And this is what goes on in this platform. So this is what I will likely do to be able to get them on this platform or get their attention. Right. Oh, I want to target millennials. So people who are 30 millennials and baby bloomers. Millennials, not like all of them, you know, there are some millennials that behave like Gen Zs, like have the Gen Z vibe, but that's just there. But you want to target maybe the older millennials and baby bloomers, baby bloomers that they call them, I'll be waiting, baby boomers, I'll be waiting till they call them. You want to target those ones, right? You know, okay, these are the platform that they are mostly there. Okay, this is where they are, and this is how they tend to receive things on this particular place. So this is how I'm going to target my advertisements so that I can be able to actually get them, right? So it helps you to know, or help brand to know, okay, these are my these are my target audience, right? And this is how I'm going to get to them. Now it's also cost effective compared to digital to traditional methods of marketing. I've already spoken about that. If you want to do traditional methods of marketing, if you want to do radio ads, it's very expensive. If you want to do TV ads, my God, you are going to be spending a lot of money. If you want to do billboards, same thing. If you want to do billboards, the same thing as well. Billboards are also very, 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 very expensive. I mean, billboards, it depends on the location, depends on who is also who has the billboard, the location of the billboard, and the size of the billboard. You are going to be spending a lot of money. You're going to be spending as much as maybe 500,000 naira to 1 million naira, sometimes for just a week, sometimes for maybe 2 weeks. It depends. So you can see how expensive it is. It is not cost effective at all. Sorry guys, I want to switch. Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I was saying it's cost effective, right? And I was using billboards. Billboards are quite expensive, like I said. Now I'm not even talking about digital billboards, so not the digital ones, so just the regular billboards that you have to still be the one to print the information, the content you want to put there, right? You spend a lot of money on printing it. Money on designs, you now spend a lot of money on printing, and then you spend a lot of money just to have it on that billboard for whichever particular amount of time you want it to be there, right? So you might be spending as much as 500,000 naira for 2 weeks or 1 week, right? I remember when that was sometime in 2021, was it 2021 or 2020? 2021 or 2022? Was that 2021 or 2022? I can't remember. But we're supposed to there was a campaign that was holding, and we needed a billboard. And I remember that the billboard as of then was about 200 to 50. I think it was about 200,000 naira for just 1 week, 7 days, right? That's how much you're going to spend. So you can see how expensive it is, right? And if you notice billboards, you see that it is mostly very big brands or very big businesses that actually put their stuff on billboard. It is not cost effective at all. Now let's look at TV, for instance. If you want to run a TV ad, you want to do an ad on TV, it's also very expensive. One, because first of all, the same thing applies. Just like you have to do your this thing on billboard. If it's a radio, you have to be the one to prepare your jingle by yourself. You can record your jingle, audio, wherever you want to record it. If you want them to do it for you, you have to pay extra. You have a TV ad, you want to put the ad on TV. you most likely be the one to go and shoot it yourself. To just bring the content to them, and they will not place it on advertisements running for you on their TV stations. And they also have peak periods, like TV now. Definitely, you will not want to buy one slot. You want to buy as much slot as possible, because you want your ad to show at many different times. And of course, they have peak periods. I know that for most TV stations, on Sundays, the amount they charge on Sundays from 6 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. for ads is more expensive than the amount they charge on weekly days, because of course they believe, and of course it is also proven that on Sundays, people have gone to church, they are back, maybe they've gone to one place, they are back, and they're just relaxing in the evening. More people will be on their TV in the evening, ahead of the next week, right? So they will charge you more on Sunday. Same thing applies to maybe Saturday evening as well, right? So because of those peak periods, and their charges are not 1 naira. And if you calculate it times the number of times you want it to be there, plus the fact that you might not also be getting your target audience, because any and any person might be watching the TV. Some will just be praying for the ad to just some will just be praying that the ad should just leave their faces, so that they can go back to what they were seeing. Maybe they're watching a show or something. Right. So you see that it is not cost effective, it is super expensive, and at the end, you're not getting to your target audience. Now, brand and businesses can also measure the result of their marketing efforts. I've talked about where using data, digital marketing, because with the data you're using, you can know the efforts, how your efforts have been, and measure your results instantly. Or if social media now, most of the platforms already have analytics where you can see, this is your post that did well, this is how much it got, this is the amount of engagement it got, this is the amount of reach it got, this is what I have been able to achieve, this is where we can actually put more effort, and this is the kind of results that we are getting so far. Like, digital marketing ensures that you as a brand or as a business, you're working for them or you have yours, you can be able to measure these results by yourself. Now, it also helps brands to build good relationship with their customers. That's another point, because you can build very good relationship with your customers when you have a good digital marketing strategy online, because you can relate more with them. You can post contents that they like. I mean, you can see sometimes brands post certain things like tell us your worst moment, or tell us your this moment, and then they give, excuse me, they maybe sometimes reward the people with maybe the best story or the highest likes or whatever. They reward them with gift items, right? That's like building a relationship with their customers who are already there. Aside that, aside maybe the general audience, they also have maybe customers that sometimes you see some brands do customer appreciation, right? They take consent. You have to take consent to be able to appreciate, if the person actually wants their faces to be out there, right? Some people like it, some people don't like it. And you see brands doing maybe customer appreciation, and they're appreciating maybe a particular customer, or appreciating this person for doing this or the other, one thing or the other, right? So it helps them to build good relationship with their customers. Another thing is that it helps your brand stay ahead of of their competitors. Help brands stay ahead of competitors, because you can be able to look at, oh, what are my competitors doing, and how are they doing it, and how can I do better? There's always competition everywhere in life. That is what you need to know. So it is advisable that you don't pay attention to your competitors. You just go into this space and thrive, right? But there are competitors. You should know that. And you want to be ahead of them. You want to be able to know what they are doing, and how you can be able to implement your own strategies to do it better. How you can also look at what they are doing to be able to implement it in yours. Now, I keep saying this thing, and I'll say it. In digital marketing, it, it, I think even in the online space as a whole, right, it is more or less of a copy, plug and play, right? It's more or less of a copy, plug and play, because you have to be paying attention to what the other people are doing in your niche that is working for them. The fact that it is working for them most likely means it will work for you as well. Now, the difference is that you copy it, you plug into your own system, but you tweak it to sound more original and to be more indigenous to your own brand or your own business and then you push it out. So if you don't have to struggle to reinvent the wheel, yes, be creative as much as possible. Try to create your own new ways of doing things. I mean, if you even want to stay ahead of your competitors, you have to be very creative. But the creativity does not mean that you have to do the whole thing all afresh. Because there are certain things that are working that you have to pick out. And then you now look at what have been working, and then you look for your own creative way to make it look more new and make it look like a new idea. Right. So that is what is there. I'll tell you for a fact. Okay, for instance, let's look at the fintech, the fintech um the fintech industry in Nigeria, in Africa, in Nigeria. Let's just even look at only Nigeria. Fintech. Fintech is very competitive, more like the most competitive in the whole of it. We have so many fintech companies, many of them, many. OP, Pampay, Kuda, Paystack, PayPal, Payoneer. Some of them are not Nigerians, anyways. Um, Name them: Popular, Cheaper Cash, PT, Laser Card, whatever you want to name them. So far as they are into the financial part where they deal with transactions financially, they are all classified as fintech. Both those who are third-party payment providers, third-party service providers like Paystack. Now, third-party service providers are those service providers that help businesses or stand as the middle ground to take money for businesses. For instance, you want to purchase something online. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. Definitely some of us must have seen it, those of us who do transactions online. You want to purchase something from maybe even Facebook uses a third-party platform. You want to purchase something from a brand, or you want to make payment to a brand or to a business, you want to use their services, you want to use their whatever application, whatever, right? You see that when you want to make services, they redirect you to another platform or another page that might come out, and it might be Paystack. And then you now have to input your card details, and then you have to pay. And then they debit you for that payment. Once they debit you, the money goes straight into Paystack. Paystack now takes their percentage and then gives um the company or the brand you're buying from their own percentage. Now they're all fintech, right? Even the ones that are not into third-party service providers, who are maybe more like normal financial platforms like Kuda, OP, where you have to pay money and all of that. The ones who are into dealing with virtual dollar cards like the cheaper cash, laser cards, popular, name them. They are all fintech. You see that the market or that business is so populated, is so engrossed with so much of people, so much of new ones are arising every day, but they are still thriving. As much as saturated as it is, even anyone that comes out new still thrives. And I can see that what's happening now. Some of them, their greed doesn't let them stay afloat, and they are now folding up. Is it PD? PD that folded up. I'm sure some of us must have heard of that. The CEO was paying himself over how many million dollars as salary for with investors' money that just came in, right? So that one is great. This other one that just folded up, what's their name? Pivo, whatever they call it. Pivo, I think it's Pivo. That the news has it that it is because of co-founders' disagreement. We are not sure. But you can see that some of them are also, cacking up. Sometimes when they get investment, they just cack up, right? Why that particular market is, or that particular place is still in flux with so many people still going in and still be making it, is because they all come in with their own new ideas despite having competition. They do what their competitors are doing. They offer the same services the competitors are offering, but they find a way to make their own ideas unique and look new. And that's the creativity. So you don't have to look at the competitors. You go into the market and thrive with your own unique idea and run with it, right? You will still definitely do what most of them are doing, because that is how the market has been. So back to what we're saying. It helps you stay ahead of your competitors as a business. It helps brands, stay ahead of their competitors. And now it also gives the best return on investment. That should be the last thing, right? When done properly, right? So the reasons, of course, for this is because you need to get return on investment for every effort that you're putting in. Every business is putting in effort because they want to make money, not because they just want to go and throw money around or just run around the place. No, businesses are in to make money. So this gives return on investment, right? Return on investment in the sense that maybe you throw in 5,000 naira to run an ad, and in the end you're getting back maybe 50,000 naira in sales. That is a very good return on investment, and it's because, of course, it is cost effective. You might start to say, okay, you want to run an ad on Facebook, on Meta, wherever you want to run an ad for maybe 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and then you're reeling in money as much as 300, 400, 100, depends, right? That's good return on investment for money spent, right? And that is what it does for you when you do it actually and when you do it properly, right? So far, is there any question?
Oh, no.
Okay. Any question from any other person? Okay, no question. Let's proceed. Now, let's talk about the benefits, right? Now, okay, I'm seeing someone in the chat section. Say question. Okay, no, sir. All right. So, of course, online marketing has its own. So, there's. Let me just say this before we move further. So, okay, let's just go on. I'll say it along the line. Right. So as a digital marketer, you're there to, of course, acquire leads and customers. You are going to activate the leads. You're going to make the leads to become paying customers. And of course, you are able to build your brands and drag and increase revenue, improve SEO and all of those stuff, right? We are going to really touch all of that, but let's just take it one step at a time. Now, when you are coming onto the online space, whether as a business person or as a digital marketer who wants to want to offer your services to any business or any brand, even if the brand has already been existing, now you want to understand these particular things. You want to know what exactly are these particular things, right? And now these are what you want to consider when you want to market online. The first is, who am I? Right. Now, this question involves you having a clear understanding of the mission and vision of the brand or of the business. Now, this is, of course, very self-explanatory. Now, let's maybe remove the question from who am I from being personalized to who exactly is this business or who exactly is this business supposed to serve, right? In that way, you want to know or have a clear understanding of the business, have a clear understanding of what their vision is, have a clear understanding of what their values are as a business or as a brand. So you know, okay, this is this business, this is what they offer, this is whom they are, so this is whom they are likely to serve and how they are supposed to serve them, right? So this is a very important thing you want to know. First of all, you want to understand if it's your own business. Now, you want to understand, who am I as a business? This is my brand. What exactly is this brand, right? What's my mission? What's my vision? What are the values that my brand is going to offer, right? Now, the next one is, what do I offer, right? In this part now, you want to have a unique selling point that makes you stand out from the competition. competitors. I use the fintech as a reference. Most of those guys who are coming in are still thriving is because they have a unique selling point that makes them stand out from the others that are already existing in that sector. Each of them is unique in their own way. They might be doing similar things, but they are still unique. They all have that one thing that makes them unique. They all have that one unique selling point. And that is the same thing that every business is supposed to also have, right? You have a unique selling point or unique selling proposition that makes you stand out from your competitors. It might be that your unique selling point is your customer service, that you are able to deliver promptly. That might just be it. It might be that your pricing might be the quality of the product, might be quality and price, might just be anything that makes you stand out. Might be a particular service that you offer that others are not offering, premium service, whatever you call it, right? So that is what you want to have, what you want to consider. What exactly is the unique selling point that I have? What exactly is this brand's unique selling proposition? What exactly makes them stand out from the other brands? Right. Now, the next question you want to ask is, where am I? Right. Where am I? Now, you want to know what is your position in the market and what is that of your competitors in the market as well. Right. You want to know or have a good insight of what your competitors are doing, and you also want to be able to ensure that you try to do better than them. Right. Because if you're coming in maybe into a new sector, a new maybe a new market, a new place, there are people who have been there, right? So you want to understand your own position in the market. You then want to understand the position of your competitors. And then you want to know, okay, what have they been doing? And then you want to know, okay, this is where I stand right now in the market. This is what I should be able to do, should be able to actually meet up with these other guys, or this is what I should be able to do to be able to make me stand out from them and actually attract the audience that I do not have, that they already have, right? So you need to really understand your position in the market and understand the position of that of your competitors and know where you stand. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, so you want to understand your position, understand that of your competitors, and know what they are doing, and know what you can also try to do better, right? And in all of these things, now the next one is you also want to know, why do you have to market online, right? Of course, this is mostly for the people who have the business themselves, but it's also very important that you also know why exactly you're coming online, because you know that saying that if your why is not strong enough, you will not want to stay consistent and pursue it into the end. So if you know why exactly you're coming online to market, you now know why you have to be strong to be able to stay in business despite the challenges that may come. Because the truth is that in the digital marketing space, it is not all rosy like you think it is. Now, I'm just going to give us a heads up. I'm saying this based on what I already know, right? There are times that, yeah, there are times that it is not as you think it will be, right? Just like it happens in normal real life scenario. Sometimes you will even run an ad that you expect is going to convert, and you will not have any conversion. It happens. You probably did most of the things right, but you're not getting anything. And you start to doubt yourself sometimes. You start to doubt your capacity, and you start to doubt what you know. Like at this point, if your why is not strong enough, you might just fall off. Right? There are times you have certain challenges that they don't just those roadblocks are so difficult to press down. You might have maybe doing so many things right, pushing out the right kind of content, doing most of the things that you're supposed to do right, but you're not actually seeing the kind of results that you want to see. It happens. And sometimes you might grow impatient. And of course, if you're working for an employer, sometimes they grow impatient. It's good to see an employer actually knows how this space works. It's difficult, yeah. To see someone that knows how this space works and knows that these things are not as easy as they look at it from the outside. As a digital marketer, you might be at an organization and do something for maybe you do something, you try to implement some certain things maybe now, and they're not even bringing in the result now. And the thing you implemented now, maybe you something happened along the line, maybe you got a better offer or you got relieved of your duties by the organization. And that thing that you did now will start yielding results in the next 1 year or 2 years when you have left. Right? It happens. It happens. So that's why we say that. That's why I reiterated that we digital marketers are not the ones who actually close deals. They are not salespeople. So most times they are not going to be giving those kind of targets. Okay, you must have like recently a student of mine that just finished. I think she did the last it's the last digital program that she did before this one. She's currently serving as a core member. She just went to her camp and came back. The camp that went in November. It was in November, October, before this one. And she said she has gotten an organization that when she's going to be doing their digital marketing services and all of that stuff. But that she called me one day and said she wants to tell me something. I'm like, okay, what happened? And she's like, they are giving her targets. That they are saying that every month she has to be bringing this amount of the customers or bringing this amount of customers to the business. I'm like, why? Why? Now, maybe the target might be for her to put in more effort, but the digital marketing space is not like that. I was telling her, are you the one that closes the sales? She said, no. So why are you the one that is going to be bringing in this particular amount of customers and this particular amount of money every month? She doesn't. I'm like, that's not the right thing to do because you're not a salesperson. Your work is to give the organization more leads, to increase their brand awareness, to drive traffic to the brand's sources, drive traffic to the brand's website, drive traffic to brands, maybe social media platforms and all of those stuff. And of course, they have to be willing to spend money for it as well. And increase their brand awareness, make more people to know them, those who have not known them, make their platforms to be interesting, to have more engagement and all of that stuff. And that's your job, not to have targets that will be telling you bring in and bring this and bring that, right? And that was on that anyways. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes in this space, it might not be as you anticipated it to be. But if your why is not strong enough, maybe you have your own business. Now let me focus on those who have their business personally. You finish learning digital marketing, you want to now implement most of the strategies that you have learned, and it's looking like it's not working, not is working for you, and you begin to get stressed out, and you begin to get tired. It's normal to get tired, right? It's normal to get stressed out, right? But your why has to be strong enough to be able to keep you and avoid make you not to fall off of business. If not, that challenge that comes in will immediately make you fall off and you begin to say, oh, this is not meant for me, right? So let's look on that now. Now the next one is, who are my target market? Now this is where it is also very important, right? Who are my target market? You need to understand who your target audience are, right? Who are your target audience? It's very important that you know who your target market are. You know where they are so that you don't end up wasting your time and wasting all your efforts, right? It would be like pouring water on the back of his Nafawabi camel. What is it called? Right? So you need to know, who are my target audience? Where are they? So you can end up putting the right things in their faces. Because if you do not know them, you will just end up being all over the place. Right? Now you have to research your target market by drafting what we call a buyer persona that helps you to understand their needs and helps you to tailor your marketing efforts to suit those needs. Right? So I'm taking my time to explain all of these things because these are like very important aspects of what you need to know or what we need to know to be able to actually drive or move on in with what we are supposed to do. It is one thing to just have basic knowledge of the tools and all of this stuff and know how to use the tools, but it's another thing to really know exactly who you are actually pushing these things to and exactly how you should be able to get things done, right? So, of course, like I said, you need to understand who your target market are. If not, you end up wasting your marketing efforts, you end up wasting your time, you'll be putting out the wrong things, or you'll be putting out the right things, but they are irrelevant to your audience, right? So you want to be able to research your target market very well and draft a buyer persona to understand their needs and tailor your marketing to suit those needs, right? So a buyer persona is more like an imaginary portrait of your target market or those who you have done your research and you have perceived them to be exactly your target audience or your target market, right? Do we understand? First of all,
No, sir.
you don't understand.
Yes, sir.
What do you not understand? Which part?
The buyer persona.
Okay, I'm coming to that anyways. Okay, so
Alright.
the buyer persona is, we call it an imaginary portrait of whom your audience are. But it's not really an imaginary portrait, it's more or less like the information that you have been able to research about your target market that will help you make better uh, um, marketing decisions to be able to actually target them. Let me look for, I think I have one or two on my system. So I'm trying to search for it. And now, this is done through research, right? Though sometimes you don't do the research, but from maybe what you've already known. But of course, you have to do some level of research to be able to know exactly who the target audience are of that particular business, that particular brand, that particular niche, to be able to actually know, oh, okay, these are the target audience, and this is how I should be able to put in my marketing effort to actually meet up their needs. So I'm trying to quickly open it up. Okay. So now you want to ask sometimes, how is the research done to be able to know exactly who the target audience are? First of all, that's one. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Okay. So this research that we are talking about now can be done through one-on-one conversations, right? Let's use copywriting now, for instance, because we do a lot of copywriting as well. You want to understand, now the buyer persona helps you understand who your audience are in terms of their demography, maybe their age, bracket. Let me keep this one aside first. Sorry, hold on, guys. I'm really busy today. So a lot of things are popping up on my screen at the same time. Okay. More. All right, yeah. So first of all, this can be done through maybe one-on-one research. You can find out about who your target market are by having conversations with them. Let's use, for instance, maybe you have a business and you want to actually do something for this particular business, and you need to do maybe research on who exactly the target audience of this particular brand, this particular business are. And you have the resources, because this one also deals with resources, right? To be able to actually go into the field and find out who exactly these people are, right? You might have to maybe, let's say you want to maybe you have a oh, like this now. Let's say you have a product that is going to you know, people, let me give you a very simple illustration now. You know, people do not want they don't want to stop their bad habits. They are always looking for points that actually support their bad habits. Now, let's say you have a product that there's always an advocacy out there about people should drink less. And let's say you have a product that is going to help those people who love drinking alcohol, and they can drink as much as they want, but it's not going to, your product is going to help, I think maybe detoxify or whatever they call it, right? Now you want to maybe understand exactly this particular target market being these people who love alcohol. how exactly are they? Who exactly are they? What's the age bracket that they are? How do they think? How do they do their stuff, right? And you have the resources. You might decide to say, okay, I'm going to be going to bars. I'm going to be going to clubs where these people are always located. And you're going there maybe 1 or 2 times, and then you begin to maybe make some friends and you begin to have conversations with these people and you begin to ask them, of course, when you start with personal questions and then you begin to ask them certain questions that they've now seen you already as a friend, and you now start knowing exactly how they feel. You now start knowing exactly how they think. You also know exactly why some of them are maybe drinking alcohol, and you know exactly what their pain points are, right? Now, that is like doing physical one-on-one research. It's also in acting. There's a method of acting called, there's say method of acting. There's an acting technique called method acting. Now, method actors are the actors that actually go into the field and live the life of their character. It's the same thing with marketing now. You want to know exactly what your target audience are passing through to be able to empathize with them and be able to sell to them. Because if you do not know who they are, you don't know what they like, you don't know what they are going through, you will not know the kind of things you're going to put out that will actually attract them to your business. Now, that method acting is where a method actor, say a method actor is given the role. We don't have method actors in Nigeria anyways, so let's not even go there, but there are so many of them in Hollywood. You know how the market is very competitive there. And we have method actors here, right? But not much. Maybe an actor is supposed to live the life of um, let's say you're supposed to live the life of someone who all your life you've been in a village and you've never left that village. So you're a complete local, right? Method actors who have that role, who want to really be able to interpret that role in the perfect way that it is so original and it is so realistic enough that you cannot tell. If they always tell us, they always say that as an actor, if you're acting and people can tell that you're acting, then you have failed at your job, right? And the person will now have to go to maybe a village and spend months, maybe 6 months, just to be able to understand how exactly the people in this locality think and how exactly someone who has been in this locality for all his life will be able to think, right? I know of method actors abroad. I can't really tell their names right now, but I know of one that was supposed to play the role of a psychopath, a crazy person, and he went and lived in a psychiatric hospital with the psychiatric patients for was it 2 months? He was even attending their sessions when they have some psychiatric sessions to be able to really understand these people and know how they feel. I know of one who was supposed to act just like this one I gave you. He went to an interior village that doesn't have light, doesn't have internet, and he stayed there for 3 months because he's now going to give them an insight of exactly who their character is for them to be able to interpret the role. That's exactly the same thing with marketing or digital marketing. You want to know exactly the pain points of these people you actually want to sell to, and you want to know how you're actually going to best sell to them. And what better way to know, and how are you going to know if you do not have to maybe go down and do your research of who exactly these people are and know what exactly their pain points are, right? I remember one time when I was supposed to write email copies for someone who does IELTS. He is an IELTS tutor. He teaches um, IELTS. So we know what IELTS is. What is it again? International English Language Testing System for people that want to travel abroad to English-speaking countries, right? And I was supposed to write email copies for the IELTS people. I don't know anything about IELTS. I didn't know anything apart from what he told me. I don't know exactly what the pain points are of these people, right? And he asked that I should write copies. So the major thing to do, first thing to do was sort of research exactly what IELTS is. And then the next thing was to go and know exactly people who write IELTS, who have the problem, who want to write, or who have written and failed. What exactly is their problem? What exactly is their pain point? So I can know exactly a tone at which I can take to write that will actually be empathetic, and they will actually know that this person actually knows exactly what we are going through. And that is something you want to do for as a marketer. So the first way can be from, like I said, interactions, going for that physical one-on-one interaction. But of course, that's if you have the resources. But then, without the resources for that, you can always do your thing. You can also do giving them surveys to fill. I'm going to show us how to create a survey. Maybe not today, maybe later. Give them surveys to fill, right? To be able to know exactly what your target audience are. Now, let me share. Where's it? Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? And what are you seeing?
Yes, yes.
What are you seeing on the screen, please?
Working Mom Wendy.
Okay, no, that's not working.
Working Mom Wendy.
Working Mom Wendy, okay, no problem. Hold on. Can you see this one? Jordan.
Yes, Kosera.
Yeah. So this is one simple buyer persona that was crafted out. This is from, I think, a digital marketing course, Google, right? Now this is persona, right, for a target market. Now let's go through this together. You can see I love trying new types of food instead of cooking it myself to better experience this new culture. This is like a whole different ballgame. Now, you want to have the demography of your target audience, right? Now, demography are this stuff: their age, their education, their locality, family, if they have one, anything that has to do with their demographics, right? And you want to have that taken down and written somewhere. So you can know, okay, within this age to this age, this is where my target audience are. It must not be maybe one particular age, like this person just wrote 19. It can be maybe between the ages of 18 to 40. It can be maybe between the ages of 40 to 45. I mean, it depends on the kind of business, the kind of target audience that you have. It might be a very wide gap of people. It might be maybe people that are between 30 to 60. Depends, right? So first of all, you want to know maybe their age bracket, because this will also inform the kind of things you're going to be setting out for this particular set of people. Now, before we go further on this, I'd like to say there's what we call the different the different audience type or the different market type that we have in the digital space or anything that has to do with marketing. We have the unaware stage or unaware individuals. Now, the unaware people are those who do not even know. It's part, of course, it's part of knowing who your target market is. So I'll have to say, those who do not even know their problem, like they don't even know they have a problem. Let's start with that. They don't know they have a problem, right? Now, let me use an instance. I'm giving us instances that are going to be very, very, that we can always understand, or you can use that instance to remember what I explained. I like doing that. I just don't know how, but I just like doing that. So, let's say for instance, you have, let me use health now. Let's say you've been having maybe cough, simple cough. You thought maybe it's a simple cough. You don't know that there's an underlying problem or ailment that has to do with that cough that you've been having consistently, because you're not problem aware at this point in time. And then maybe scrolling around the internet, you find someone that says, "Oh, if you're coughing like this, or if you're having this particular kind of symptoms, it means you have this particular kind of problem." And you're like, wow, so it means all this while, this has been my problem, and I did not know. I'm sure you have had that kind of wow moment. Most of us have had it, right or wrong. Let me know. If you have not had it, let me know that you're an alien. Are we together? Who has had that kind of moment where you didn't know you didn't know you've been seeing maybe the signs, maybe you've been seeing the signs, maybe you've been seeing the things happening around you, but you did not know that that was what was actually happening. I mean, it might not even be a problem. It might just be
Yes.
something there.
Yes, I think I've had that experience once.
Exactly. Now, at that point, at that point, you are just an unaware individual. You don't even know you have a problem. You don't even know anything about it. You do not even know what it looks like, right? So those are the people that we call the unaware set, or the unaware audience, right? And then after that set of people, we now have the problem aware set, or the problem aware market audience, whichever you want to put. Now, these people are people that know they have a problem, right? They have known their problem, right? But they don't know the solution. There's that particular set of people, that particular set of audience. Then we now also have the problem aware, right? And solution aware. Now, this particular set also knows their problem. This particular set also knows that there is a solution to their problem, right? But this particular set knows they know their problem, they know there's a solution, but they don't know which solution to use, right? How many have I called now? This is the third set, right? So they know they have a problem, they know their problem, they know there is a solution, but they don't know which particular solution to use. Now that's the problem aware and solution aware audience, right? Then we now have the last set, who are the very strong sets, and those ones are problem aware and solution aware. So I don't even know how to put it, but let me just explain it. Those ones they know they have a problem. They know there's a solution to their problem. They have tried different solutions to their problem. So they need a solution that will work. Now, this particular set of audience, their objections are always very high, because they have tried everything you want them, you never do. Yeah, I've tried this one, I've tried this one, I've tried that one, I've tried local, I've tried foreign, I've tried everything, and you're coming to tell me that your own product will work. What exactly is the assurance that your product will work? So this particular set of audience, or the particular target market, are people that you have to do more work to be able to kill their objections. Now, fortunately for some businesses, they might not have this particular audience, but most likely so many businesses have all of this audience encompassing. Right? You have people that don't even know their problem. You have those who know their problem, but they don't know there's a solution. And then they come across your business as the solution to their problem, or the product or service that you're offering. They're like, oh, wow, this is a solution to my problem. Thank God. And then you have those who have problem, and you have solution. They have the solution, but they don't know which particular solution to use. And then that particular audience, now you're trying to tell them your solution is actually the best, right? You're trying to tell them why your solution is actually better than the rest in the market, because that is going to want to make them make an informed decision. And then there's that particular last set that are very strong, they know the problem, they know the solution, they have tried plenty solutions, but they don't know, they have tried that, they're tired. So whatever you're telling them is like pouring water on their back. So you have to do more work to be able to tell them more reasons why your own solution is different. Now, this time around is your solution is different from the rest that they have tried, right? Do we understand so far?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So I had to just cut back to actually say this, right? So that is that particular set of audience, and we have that set as well, right? Now, we're going to go on the break by 3:30. So let me just brush this up and we can come back. We can finish this. Okay. So you see here that this is a buyer persona for this person named Jordan. If we read this, you can see that Jordan is 19 years of age. Jordan's education is that he's currently earning college credits online. Jordan's hometown is Loveland, wherever this is. Jordan lives with his mother and a younger sibling, and Jordan is a full-time student as an occupation. You can add more things to the demography if you have and if you wish, right? And then Jordan's goals are to experience all the great food that his new diverse community has to offer, to help raise his brother while his mother is at work, and to have time to focus on studies. Now, from reading this, I'm sure most of us have been looking at this screen and have been glued to this screen. From reading this thing, right? Who can tell me who this particular person is? From what you have read on the screen, let me not read everything by myself. Who can tell me exactly what this particular person is and exactly what he is looking for? It's already been explained. It has been explained on this screen, but I want to hear from somebody so that we move on. Who wants to try?
Yeah, I like to try.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I think basically Jordan is someone who can prepare meals, so who wants to try and source a kind of delicacy meal, which is from another culture entirely.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. Who else? Who else? Who else wants to give it a try?
Okay,
Okay,
Jordan is
sir. I
someone.
want to try. From this personal, I can say that Jordan is a 19-year-old let me say person, sir, that lives with his mother and a younger sibling. He's a full-time student and he wants to experience all new foods and experience his new neighborhood. What is new neighborhood has to offer as well?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's correct as well. Who wanted to say something? Is it Babatunde? Who wanted to say something? Someone wanted to try. Was it Joseph? I think Joseph. Was that Joseph or Babatunde? Which of you?
Yes, I was one.
Okay, Joseph, go on.
Yeah, I think
Or
Jordan
has she said what you want to say?
Jordan is a young person that wants to focus and doesn't like distractions. So I think food is something that distracts him. So and he loves good foods. So he doesn't want to cook and he also wants to enjoy good food. He wants to focus majorly. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Yes. Your answers are all correct. Right. Okay. So let me just explain this. Jordan is and it's already been written here that he's an immigrant, right? We all know the United States has a lot of people from different races, right? Now, is from this, it is obvious that Jordan is not from the United States and Jordan is from a non-English speaking country. Yes, that's the very first thing you need to note. Jordan is from a non-English speaking country. Because if you go down to this place, to the summary of who Jordan is, you can see that Jordan is a recent immigrant to the United States who's partially conversant in English. They are able to speak many phrases and read well when given adequate time to translate text. Jordan sometimes encounters difficulty at restaurants where staff tends to speak very quickly and limited translation options are available. Jordan wants to experience all new foods and experiences the neighborhood has to offer. Now, he coming from a non-English speaking country, he doesn't know how to speak English very well. He also doesn't really hear English very well, especially when you're speaking it very fast. So he is able to make phrases like, you know, when someone doesn't know how to speak a language and you're able to do just the phrases. Example, I don't know how to speak Yoruba, but I can say Ekaro, that's a phrase, good morning. Ekaso, mo fẹ́ jẹun. Those small phrases that you just know, right? So that's what he knows. And then he's now at the US, of course, it's a place where English is the general language spoken everywhere by virtually everybody. So he has that challenge of, first of all, he doesn't understand English very well. That is his challenge. That's his major challenge now. And then his goal is that he wants to experience this new environment that he has found himself in, which is the United States. He wants to be able to experience the kind of food that they have that is different from the one he knows while he was in his own country. He then also wants to help his mother raise his brother while she's at work, right? So he wants to enjoy good food and help his mother raise his brother because she's now in the United States where you have to work triple or double for you to be able to survive. So she might be doing maybe 3 jobs at a time or 2 jobs at a time to put food on the table. So he wants to be able to help his mother to be able to take care of his brother as well. And he still wants to be able to focus on his studies. These are his goals, right? And he's frustrated because people do not have the patience to wait for him to make his phrases or try to put 1 or 2 together to make up a good English. Somebody said put 1 or 2 together and man, you get a good relegation. Sorry, it just entered my head. So, excuse me. He said it's annoying when people won't take time to let him find the right words to speak with them in English. Now, that's one of his frustration, right? So his major challenge or his major frustration is that he does not understand English. He doesn't know how to speak English, right? And people are not always patient with him to let him take the time to speak English with them, especially when he goes to the restaurants where he wants to try new food, which is his goal. To try new foods and experiences, which is his goal. And then he gets there and they are speaking English very fast, that he cannot also make his own statements to be able to communicate with them properly, right? So that is his challenge now. And he's looking for something that can solve this challenge. From this persona, I can tell that this whatever product that these people are going to be building has to be a language translation app or a language translation solution that can translate from languages, maybe Jordan's language, local language, to English. Maybe something that he has to speak into the system or speak into his mobile phone, and immediately it translates it to English. Do we agree or do we disagree? Who disagrees with me and who agrees with me? Let me know. Tell me why. For whichever you are for.
I do agree.
You agree or you disagree?
I agree. I agree.
You agree. Why do you agree?
Yeah, because at that point, for him, he has a big challenge because people around him at that point in time don't really have that rest of mind or give him that chance in order for him to speak, because he has a big challenge in that aspect, because in that environment, they speak faster than he does. And the language that he speaks, he's trying to pick up their own language because he's new in that environment. So these are the reasons. So he definitely needs something or a device that can aid his learning in that language which they speak in that environment. So which will be easier for him
Okay.
to ease his frustration.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. Does anybody disagree?
No.
No, nobody disagrees. Okay. Are we clear so far? Because we want to go on a break for now, 30 minutes. Are we clear? Who doesn't understand so far everything we have been saying? Anywhere you have a roadblock, you want to understand something that you're not clear on. Anybody? Nobody. Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue with this personal thing. The break is for 30 minutes, so we're supposed to come back by 4 o'clock. So this is 3:32. I've already taken 2 minutes of your break. Sorry. So 4 o'clock, we should all be back. Right. Is that okay?
That's fine, sir. Thank you.
All right. So let's go on the break. So I was able to explain what this is about, what this looks like, right? So you can see from here that the person who wrote this person now was able to point out the age of this person, or the age of the target audience, which can also be in a range. Like I said, it must not just be a single age. It can be between this age to this age and this one to this one. The person was also able to point out their education status. So it might be that the person is a BSc holder, a PhD holder, a first school leaver, depends, right, on what your product or services are and who they are targeted at. The geographic location, leave this hometown, so it's usually better be geographic location. Where are they located? What city, what town, what village, what country, are your target audience or your target marketing, right? Are they people who are married? Are they people who are single? What's their occupation? Are they people who are students? Are they full-time employers? Are they bank managers? Are they, whatever they are, you should be able to point them out and have these things at hand so you can know exactly who your target markets are and how best you can be able to reach out to them. And then you now see that this person now goes ahead to talk about their goals, what the goal of this individual is. And he also goes about to talk about the frustrations, which are, as you have seen there, and then had a brief write-up conclusion about exactly who this person or this target market is, or target audience looks like, right? And what exactly they are, to really buttress the points. And I'm sure this is very much understandable. If you do not understand, you can always ask your questions, and I'll try my best to answer. Right. Okay, so let's now this person, this is just one, and this is not complete, right? I think I just screen grabbed this first part of the screen. I didn't really screen grab the other parts of it here, because there are other things that you also need to look at. We've looked at the goals, we've looked at the frustrations, which are also the challenges. You can also look at the person's hobbies, what they like. You can also look at their pain points and their behavior as well, and their interest and all of those stuff, right? So let's look at another one. There should be another one somewhere. Yeah. Now let's look at that one you guys first saw. You can see the working mom Wendy, right? Wendy, right? Yeah, I think that's the screen that's displaying now. Okay, so you can see that this one, there's also a name. but this time around is more or less classifying them not as a singular person like the first one that we looked at, but more like a group now, right? Or using a case study out of the group. So remember when you were in school or when you did your project, for those that did project, when you have to, maybe like those of us who were in science, and then you need to maybe take, even those who are not in science, if you want to take data, right? You cannot take everybody's data, so you take a selected few and you use that information from that few to be able to determine, oh, okay, if that data is correct or if it supports this analogy or not. So that is what is also happening here. So you can see this person is referred to as working mom Mendy, or Wendy rather. And you see role, the person is a healthcare decision maker, role otherwise the occupation. The age is between 30 to 50, has family, kids under 18, right? I'm supposed to, I'll send this to your group chat. Kids under 18, right? And you can see here the background that Wendy is a working mom who is balancing her career with raising a family. She's an educated, on-the-go woman who uses online resources for just about every aspect of her life, from cooking to parenting. What are her goals? Her goals are to keep her family healthy. When someone in her family is ill, she wants quick, convenient, and reliable care. What are the challenges as her children grow older? She doesn't necessarily have a dedicated primary care physician. Her busy work schedule makes it challenging to take sick days for her or her children. Now, how can you help? By providing online scheduling and same-day appointments for quick service, by making accessible healthcare, work from home, convenient locations. Okay, so from this, right, key identifiers, they also went after identifying certain characteristics of these persons in this particular uh, uh, section. So what exactly can you deduce from this right now? From reading this, what can you deduce, or what can you say is the characteristics of this person or this set of people? 19 cents money. Yeah, Babatunde, round this up.
Okay, all right. This woman is actually a very busy mom.
Yeah.
So I can see from here she doesn't have time at all. So she loves everything to be in her care. So our major issue is taking care of the family health-wise. And so because she doesn't have time, she wants someone that can quickly come. Maybe the little time she has, she's at home, so she can possibly book appointment to the person that can come and take care of the kids. So, but majorly healthcare issues.
All right, thank you. That's very, very correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In
Yeah.
addition to what my colleague has just said, so I
Yeah.
think this particular personnel is someone that can be easily targeted online due to the fact that it stated that she uses online resources for a lot of things. So it can be targeted, or to reach her, we can actually use online resources to actually sell things or solve a problem to her.
Okay. Thank you. And it's just been like 3 or 4 people that have been answering questions in the class, and we are more than that. What did I want to call? Omoumi, what's up? You have been quiet. Attempt this one. Omoumi. Someone don't drop your phone, go sleep. Oh. Okay. Adijat has been answering questions, so I'm not going to call her. She too has been answering questions. Raphael, yes, you've also been very quiet. What's up? Are you there? Attempt. Raphael.
Hello, sir. I'm here.
All right, fine. Let's hear from you. You've been quiet.
Okay. I think basically the mom is an educated person. She works online and she takes care of her family. I think basically that's.
Raphael, you have not been following. It's okay. That's fine. You can mute. You're not here. Mom, we don't leave phone. Go sleep. It's okay. So from this, right?
Hello, sir.
Who is that? Are you back?
No, it's me, Adijat.
Who are that? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what I want to say is that this buyer persona is targeted to moms generally who are always who have busy schedule, like they work from every now and then, and they don't have that time to take care of their children, their family. So this buyer persona is now built by, I think, a healthcare agency or parastatal that provides health services for the likes of this woman.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Very correct. Yeah. So I think she actually broke it down, what I was about to say. So this is a very busy woman, a working class lady. Let's use, for instance, the career women we have here in Nigeria who are very busy, who work 9 to 5, Sunday to Monday, or Monday to Saturday. Even the Sundays, they don't even have time. They're always on the road. Maybe they're traveling, going for business trips, doing those things that normally society thinks should be meant more for the men, right? And they are still trying to balance their career with their families. So they are not completely neglecting their family, but they're trying to balance out career and family. And of course, they are very educated, always on the go. So this kind of people are people who are always on their phone using online resources for virtually every aspect of their life. They don't really have time. They want to do something, they place another online. They want to cook, they look at recipes online. Some of them even prefer to just buy food, but maybe this person still prefers to cook, right? But trying out new dishes, everything online, right? So this person is more or less like someone who is always looking for online resources and online information. And she's trying to balance up work and family and trying to keep her family healthy alongside trying to do her work. And of course, when someone in her family is ill, like it says here, which is one of her goals, she wants quick, convenient, and reliable healthcare, right? Now, she's very busy and she knows she might not be available all the time if this person is sick for long. So she wants something that can be very quick, is convenient for her, and is still reliable, right? Now, her challenges are one, as her children are growing older, she doesn't necessarily have a dedicated primary care physician. What does this mean? It means that her children are actually growing, but there is no dedicated doctor, like you say, a family doctor that takes care of the children. So there is no dedicated doctor that she will say, oh, you're sick. She just calls you, doctor, please, can you go and check up on my child? Or can you please check my child? They are sick for this. I'm not available. There's no dedicated physician like that, right? So that is one of her challenge. And then her busy work schedule also makes it very difficult and challenging for her to take sick days for her or her children. So it means that when her children are sick, because she's always busy, it's even difficult for her to take a day or 6 days off, because if she does, she might be losing out on some things, or she's handling too many things that doesn't let her do that, even herself as well from this, right? So the people who produce it, who are building this, who are trying to build this service are saying, how can they help her? First of all, by providing online scheduling and same-day appointments for quick service, first of all, which is one of our goals, making sure that she gets her service quickly, right? So what it means is that they're going to provide a place where she can schedule today and she can get her appointment today. We all know that in Nigeria or in this part of our world, even in general itself, most times, if you go to a hospital to schedule an appointment with a doctor, you might not. It is it's most likely that you do not see the doctor that same day, right? But these people are going to provide a service where you can schedule that day and get an appointment to see a healthcare physician that day, right? And then she's also they will also they also want to make care easily accessible from home, or where she can be able to get it convenient at very convenient locations. So what it means, or what this might be from them, if I'm looking at it off the top of my head, it might be that they make it easily accessible from work or home with convenient locations, which means she can be at home, she can be at work, wherever. They can either meet her up, or they come to a location that is suitable for both parties and that is also convenient for her, right? And then also provide online health resources. For someone like her who's always on the road, always looking for online healthcare resources, she's most likely to want to try out medications that will not involve going to the doctor, right? So maybe all those small things that she can actually try the medications on her own, um, um, following guides from professionals who are already professionals in that field, like doctors. She will be open to accepting it, right? So this is for this. Do we understand? Right? This is for working mom Mandy. Does anybody have any question? Was I able to explain it very well to understand it?
Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can you
Yeah.
hear me? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Kuri, I can hear you.
Okay. I just want to like ask a question because my
Yes.
network was kind of breaking.
Okay.
So I don't know what actually led to this particular thing that we are analyzing. So, sorry. I was trying to get like just to follow through. So I don't know where I actually got for my next work went off with the when we're talking about the consideration to market online. So I got all the points. So I don't.
Wow, and that's been a very long time ago. It's been more than. Okay, so what led to here is we were talking about, of course, exactly what you need to, the questions you need to ask yourself before coming to market online. And of course, the last thing we said was that, of course, one of the consideration is who are my target audience, or my target market. So after looking at who am I, like what the business has to offer, the mission and vision and value of your brand, what do I have to offer, which is your products or services, and then your unique selling point that makes you stand out from your competitors, where exactly you are in the market, which is the third question, which helps you understand your position and that of your competitors, so you know exactly what you are coming into the market to do and where you're starting from and how you can be able to position yourself to be able to meet up with those who are already existing. And then why you also have to market online, which we said that your why has to be very strong enough, otherwise you're going to fall out of business. And then the last thing we talked about was who are my target market, which is this place that we are now. That I said that without you understanding who your target markets are, you will end up wasting your marketing efforts, because the truth is that your business is not for everybody, or the company you're working for is not servicing everybody. Every business has its target market. The Bible says that for God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him, for those of us who are Christians, will not perish but have everlasting life, right? So that passage simply says he sent his Son to the world, but not for everybody. His Son came to everybody, but not for everybody, because there are only a specific set of people that are going to actually be saved according to that scripture, and that is those people who believe in him, right? So it's more or less like the same thing. I mean, if you're a Christian, I think this should do the analogy for you. So you want to know that, okay, I have a business in this space, but my business is not for everybody. So who exactly are my target market? And you have to do this buyer persona is what you are doing to be able to understand who your target markets are, to be able to understand their frustration and their pains, to know what their goals are, and then to also know where your business or your brand can come in, or the business you're trying to help them market online can come in to solve this person's problem, right? Or can solve this particular audience problem, right? So because it helps you empathize with them, you now know their pain points, and you now know the kind of words that you're going to say, or the kind of things you're going to be putting out that will that they will easily be inclined to listen to, or be inclined to hear, because this thing actually speaks them, and you are definitely going to have them as people who most likely patronize you. I don't know if that's clear. So you can see sometimes you see brands do certain challenges like what was your worst moment in the maybe a particular field, and you see so many people saying, "Oh wow, at this particular point," because that particular question, or that, or maybe someone comes and says, "I had a situation when I had this, maybe something happened," and then you see other people coming in to say, "Oh wow, this kind of thing also similar thing happened to me," and you see people come because they are now inclined to those kind of things, right? But that's like on the sidelines. So for this particular survey, well, personnel, we are looking at ensuring that you know, okay, these are my target market, and this is what they most likely listen to. These are their pains and these are their frustrations, and this is how my business can be able to help them solve these problems. I don't know if that is clear enough.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, so we are done with Working Mom Wendy, right? I think everybody are clear on that. Is there anybody that is not clear on Working Mom Wendy at the moment? We also have this last one that we're going to look at. More or less the same thing, but just still the same thing anyways. Now this is Advocacy Andy. excuse me. Advocacy Andy is, of course, you can see from this that he's a naturally born leader. I know that some of us will say leaders, okay, we are leaders that are born, but they are also sharpened to be made. So we have he's a natural born leader. He's between the ages of 18 to 35, and he's a social outgoing person, according to this, right? This, you can see that there are different ways at which this is written, but the most concise way is to have the demographics written at one part, which is where you know the age, you know the gender, you know their status, are they single or are they married, you know their location, where they are living, that's their geographic location at the point, you know their maybe income level or their occupation as well. So you know, okay, these people are going to be able to actually buy what I sell, right? Especially some businesses that they are only for high target consumers. So you want to be able to also know all of that, right? And then you now also know there are the other ones we call the psychographics, like their lifestyle, their values, the goals and challenges, which are these ones that have been written here. If they have any hobbies as well, it will not be bad for you to also include it. And then their interests, what are the kind of things that they actually love to see, or they are actually interested in, right? All of these things. You also will not to know their pain points, which is what exactly are they going through? What kind of pain points do they have, right? And of course, for maybe businesses that are like businesses that are into maybe sales of items, you also want to know their maybe shopping behavior. Maybe if you have like a grocery store, you want to know, okay, how often do these people shop? Are they online shoppers? Are they frequent shoppers? Are they bulk shoppers? Do they Are they people that are more loyal to one brand or prefer to try different brands? You know, all of these things are things that can actually help you know who they are, but you might not include all of them on your buyer persona, but you just want to know most of these things. And like I said, I was also talking about how you can actually do your research. I talked about one-on-one research or personal research, where you have to go and actually find out these things in the normal space, right? So this is going to be the last one. This is Andy, and you can see his role, his age, his personality, right? And his background is that he said, yeah, that Andy is a young, motivated individual that wants to lead positive change in the world. He is frustrated with the system and wants to take action into his own hands, even though he may not know where to start. So Andy is like some of the young men in Nigeria who are frustrated with the kind of leaderships that we, or leaders that we have had, who have been cycling themselves into office and making no positive change at all, right? And then his goals are, one, he wants to make a positive difference in the world, and he's looking to connect with people who are like him so that they can be able to actually push through. And his challenges are, one, he has trouble getting organized. He's not an organized person. He also doesn't know who to contact to elicit real change. Now, how can these people help him? First of all, they are going to provide a platform, let's say maybe like an app or a community landing page or whatever, where Andy can be easily create a group where he can be able to organize a group, since it's one of his challenges that he has trouble getting organized. So they want to create a platform where he can create a group, assign tasks, and know exactly what he's doing with the particular set of people that he has who are like-minded like him. And then the platform is also going to help him connect with people based on their interests, like the kind of interest that he wants. And then this can also help him to build communities. And then it's also going to display local and political officials based on smartphone geolocation and all of this, right? So you can see here that this particular one is talking about Andy, who is an advocate who's trying to advocate change in the world because he's tired of um everything that's going on, and he needs positive change. And he's trying to also build a community of like-minded people like him who also want to drive change. He's an advocate and a natural born leader, right? And these are his major challenges. So these are what Andy's going through, and Andy's tired, right? And from this, you can see how they can help him solve his problem, right? And you can see what he's passionate about, that he enjoys networking, he's tech savvy, owns a smartphone, plays app games, they got to learn about politics and all of this stuff. So Andy is a tech person. Andy also likes to play games. Andy is passionate about it because you can you can check for other personas online. You most likely see a thing or two, right? Now, we are going to do an assignment. Let me give you an assignment that you will submit. I want us to, how many are we? Yeah, 10 now. That assignment is going to come. I want us to do a persona for since we are 10, how do I split this? We are 8 precisely because myself and the host make it 10. So we are going to do a buyer persona for, now I want you to do this one not via a research, right? I want you to do this one via maybe not via maybe a form research or like that kind of stuff. I want to do some via off the top of what you know or what you can find online about this particular set of people and how you can help them solve their problem. So I want us to pick 2 industries really quickly. Let's do it by ourselves now. Pick 2 because I'm going to split us into 2 groups, 4. We're going to do 2 different personas or 2 different industries, right? You can do as much as you want for your own particular target audience. So pick 2 industries really quickly, please. Who's going first?
Okay, me?
Yeah,
Real
pick one.
estate.
Real estate, fine. Real
Yeah,
estate one.
yes.
And so I
Someone
said
said,
healthcare. And
Healthcare.
okay, someone is saying stuff.
Okay, someone said, please, sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Real estate and
Yes, sir.
Healthcare.
Okay.
healthcare. Okay,
Yes, sir.
great. Real estate and healthcare. Real estate and healthcare. Real estate and healthcare. All right. So let me split the groups now into two. How many females are here? Korede is a girl, is a lady. Hadijat is a lady. Ajala Omowumi is also a lady. Sharifdeen, Shiu, Raphael are males. 3 ladies only. Okay. Adiku Babatunde, Ajala Omowumi, Raphael, and what am I missing? Well, how many have I called? 3 or 4? Raphael. And have I called 3? And Sharifdeen, that's 4. 4 of you would do real estate. Then Hadijat, Joseph, Korede. Somebody left. Hadijat, Joseph, Korede. Somebody left the group. Those you guys are going to do healthcare. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Recording in progress.
Right. So you guys are going to do the healthcare, and the other set are going to do real estate, right? So I want you guys to just do something individually, right? You do it individually. Our next class should be tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, because that's when I have time. So you guys are going to do this individually, and it's going to be, you have time. Submit it tomorrow. Just do something. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just do a small light research about these industries and what the pain points of the people that these industries might likely target will be, right? This is more like the normal way, right? Maybe tomorrow we might have to go deeper into maybe when you want to build a product. Say maybe you want to build an app and all of this kind of stuff. So maybe you want to build an app, all of this kind of stuff. My system is gone down, and you want to know exactly how you can get these people to be able to patronize your app or download your app or use it, right? Let me check who is the host now. Okay. Is that clear? So far, is that clear? Everything we've said today. So far. I don't want to hope I've not overloaded us with information. Let me start from there. Have I overloaded us with information? Hello, can you guys hear me?
No, you have not.
Okay.
Please,
Yes,
can
sir.
can you come?
No, you haven't, sir.
Can I do what? Who's saying something?
Please,
Can I do what?
can you please make the assignment clearer? I didn't get that clearly.
So I split us into groups. So I said that from what we have learned today about how to actually know a target audience or a target market for a brand, right? Or a business, that we should all select 2 industries. I wanted you guys to select industries on your own, and 2 people picked. One picked real estate and the other picked healthcare, right? So I said, not really doing maybe any deep research work, but maybe just going by what you already know
about these industries and what you can find on the internet about people in these industries, right? Or what you know that people are likely who are likely in these industries will face, right? Draft a simple buyer persona using some of the samples I showed today. You can also go online and you're going to see different samples of different buyer personas, and then draft a buyer persona for these two industries, real estate and healthcare. I think you guys know your groups. I think I did that from my head. I think Babatunde,
Yeah.
Omomi, Babatunde, Omomi, Raphael, and Sheridine. You are in the same group, right? Confirm, please.
Yes.
And you guys are working on real estate. And then Hadijat, Joseph, Kuridi, and Shehu. Okay, Shehu just joined again. They are going to be dealing on healthcare, right? So that's how you splitted it, and that's how the assignment will be done. Hadija, do you want to ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay, good. So I want you guys to just try your hands on this thing, right? You can do a research on the internet. Let me give you an expo. When I was doing that research for, when I was writing for that man's email marketing, I used to go to Quora. I'm sure most of us know Quora is a social media platform. When we get to social media marketing, we'll talk about that, maybe not deeply. But Quora is a social media platform where people ask questions and receive answers from other people, right? So I used to use Quora for my research because I don't know anybody that wants to write IELTS. I've never seen anybody that wants to write IELTS. Even my cousin, when my cousin traveled out of the country, I didn't ask him how his IELTS was or all of those stuff. So I needed to actually write something that these people will actually be empathetic with or understand. And I was writing for the Nigerian market, and I needed to still know exactly, because both the Nigerian market, Nigerian audience, and those who are maybe not Nigerians but do not, their country doesn't speak English, will most likely have the same issue. Not the same anyways, but in a slight way, because Nigerians will be different in the sense that they already speak English, but they still feel IELTS a lot, because that IELTS, as simple as it looks, it is very technical, very, very technical. The questions are so technical that no matter how good you think you are in English, if you don't take an IELTS course for a good number of months, you don't practice a lot before you go for that exam, you will fail. I confirmed it when I was writing, when I was doing that research. I thought I was, at least I know how to speak, but you will fail a lot, like you will fail woefully. So the question types are different, the technique you need to answer the question are different. So I had to do research, and most of my research I was going on social media. I went to Quora. You see people asking questions about IELTS and what you need to know, what you need to do. And you see some people saying how they failed their first IELTS, how they failed their second IELTS, what they did that was wrong, and how they think they can do better. Those things informed me on, oh, these are what these people have been facing. So this is how I think the people who are also going to be writing this, who have been written for maybe the first time, the second time, are also going to face. And it is expensive to pay for the course for the exam, right? You end up paying as much as 80,000 naira for the exam, and you're going to write and fail, and nobody's going to refund you your money. So people don't want that. Nobody wants to go and waste that kind of money and not get their certification, because, and if you don't get it, you might not be allowed to travel out. So it's better for you to buy a course of maybe 8,000 naira and take it seriously and go and pass and come back. So those are how I was doing my research then. So I'm just using this to tell you how I think you can also do yours. I know the time is short, so I'm not expecting you to give something really, really in depth. But I mean, these are industries that we are mostly conversant with, right? So just try to do your research, try to see simple things on the internet and see what people who are in this industry, or who are most likely to be inclined in this industry, face, and how you can solve their problem, right? Is there any other question? Have I been able to explain it to you? Who asked that question? Joseph, right? So Joseph that asked me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I type out the assignment? Omomi, please just ask. I'm sure you guys are in a group. Ask the others who are in the same group with you. They should be able to really explain it. Is there any question so far from everything we said today? Any question? Let me call the admin. Okay. Seems like there's no question. Okay. Sorry, the network logged me out. So I'm not your group, but I should be able to send you guys the samples that we used in class today. So the things I'm actually going to look out for, what I want to see in your buyer personnel, should be hold on, should be the demographics, which includes their age brackets, the people who are likely to, who are most likely to patronize your business, the business you're actually looking at writing for in these industries. The age bracket or age range, it must not be a specific age, like I said, might be between this to this, but keep it realistic. Their gender, is it both male and female, or is it just one gender that most likely? Do you also want to be more focused on maybe one particular part in that industry? It's all the best, which will be even be better. Marital status, if of course, if that's applicable. If they have a family as well, you can indicate maybe a number of, because some of these things are some of the things that drive people to take some decisions. Some people might because they have a family, they will now want to maybe take decisions so that the team will be able to not just impact them but also impact their family. So if that is applicable, fine and good. Their geographical location as well, where they are most likely located, of course, should be where you most likely want your business to target. Their occupation, like I said, and then maybe can leave their income level now. And then you now go ahead to look at their pain points and their pain points being what they are going through, which can in turn be said to be their challenges. And then you also look at their goals, what they're trying to achieve, because of course, these challenges are there to stop them from achieving their goals. They have a goal that they've set, but because they have these challenges that are plaguing them, they cannot achieve those goals. So you want to look at the challenges, you want to look at their goals that they have, and then you want to look at challenges that are stopping them from achieving those goals in this particular sector or this particular industry that you're trying to write about. And then you then also want to look at how you can help them achieve their goals and surpass their challenges, which is your solution, right? How your solution is going to help them achieve those goals and surpass those challenges that they are facing, right? Is it clearer now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. I think that should be all for today. I don't want to
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, how do we submit the assignments?
Yes, very important. Please, thank you for asking that question. Please, a Google Doc will be fine. Do it on a Google Doc. They are going to send you guys a link. It should be a Google Form link where you can be able to submit the assignments. But please do the assignment on a Google Doc.
Okay.
We know how to use Google Docs, right? Who doesn't know how to use Google Doc here? Okay. I'm guessing we all know how to use Google Doc. That's good. So we're going to submit the assignment will be on Google Docs, and you can submit it via the link that will be sent to you. I'm trying to get your attendance. I'm trying to ask for the attendance. This is almost 5 o'clock already. Must not eating all the time. So give me a few seconds. Let me see if I can get the attendance and send it so that those who are in the class can actually fill it out.